Hello and welcome back to West Ham Network and Wednesday evening, 10 o'clock, or Thursday morning over in Brisbane with my old mucker, Kieran. How are you, sir?
I'm good, brother. Good, brother. A few technical difficulties with the phone for some reason. It's playing up.
Yeah. So I weren't going to mention it. I didn't want to embarrass you.
We're a couple of minutes late. We're normally on time, yeah. So, yeah, my phone keeps kicking me out of StreamYard when I go into yours. I don't know why, but there's an issue. So, again, another problem to solve once I've done this, I suppose.
Yeah, mate, down at the old shop and get yourself an old $600 phone.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be the be end all and end all in case. But I don't know, I dropped it a couple of weeks ago. First time in about, I've had this phone about 2 years now. And it's a good phone. I like it, the Samsung thing, But, I cracked the screen, and ever since then, this is happening. So, obviously, I don't know.
They do deteriorate over time once they've had a bit of a...
well, they're meant to, guys. I see a program about that the other day. They want it to deteriorate. They want you to get a new phone every 2 years or 1 year. They actually design them to make sure you fucking do, mate. Keep the world turning.
That's it,
Wankers.
mate. That is exactly it. We've probably got about 3 million fucking comments already. But the first one was me, and that was at 5 o'clock this afternoon. Just saying that I got here first.
Right, nice.
Good evening, Brendan. He says, there's early and then there's early. Not sure a host can brag too much on being first, though. Well, that's true.
Hey, Brendan.
Till the fearless come and the act is done. Good word.
I like that line.
Yeah.
I like that lyric, though.
Yeah, I can't think who it is, though.
No. Fucking Shakespeare.
Yeah, no, I think it's musical, mate.
I'm sure it is.
Tony, I know he's not with us at the moment. He's still live on Early Doors Football TV, but he has become a member to the channel. So congratulations, Tony. Thank you very much.
Tony. Yeah, we're a couple of members.
Yeah. We're having... Oh, yeah, don't worry about... Oh, yeah, we'll remove it from Twitter because it's been... Oh, come on. Right. Okay, I don't know what's going on here. Right. Mark Pendleton's in house. Good evening, Mark. Randy. All right, Budgie. Blah, blah, blah. Hope you and Kieran are well. Yep. Serious note. Glad we got the win against Newcastle. Did ride luck a bit. But we deserved it, however. Against Arsenal, we'll be much harder. And whatever we think of them, excuse me, we have to be careful. And that's the same with anybody, to really be honest with you, Randy.
To be honest, I'd not say right out luck. I mean, you're away at Newcastle on a Monday night. They're going to get chances, man. They've been in great form recently. They're going to get... And really, cut it down to the chances they had. The Isak goal was offside. So to me, it's not a chance. Kilman stepped up, kept up a really good line. The boy's just offside. Done. The other one where it chested it, had his really good chance and had the shot. The flag was up from the linesman. So really, the only big chance they had, was when Fabianski saved it, and that's what he's there to do. He done brilliant. Tadibo made one mistake.
Where Isak blasted it wide of the post.
Yeah, exactly. But it was always wide. I mean, it was a yard wide. And I think Fabianski, he had it covered anyway. So I don't... And honestly, I've never known, sitting up... I got up at 6 o'clock in the morning for that game, right? But second half, I weren't nervous. I'm normally nervous when we're 1-0 up. I didn't think they were going to score. And they done nothing in that second half. I was comfortable, man. I weren't behind the sofa, you know. I thought they were never going to score in a million years. And the second sealed it. And what I loved about the performance was, even 2-0 up, we didn't do a Moyes where we put 11 men fucking on the penalty area and hope to hang on. If you remember last year, we lost 4-3 because of that fucking tactic. Yeah. We still tried to create chances and score goals. And it was a breath of fresh air. And and Paquetá turned up, and they were fabulous. Great.
I mean, as the title of the show suggests, one strike doesn't forge success. Which
I preferred my one.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. More poignant to our.
Yeah, I thought my one was all right as well.
Yeah,
your mind's got to be like a parachute. If it don't open, you're fucked. Anyway, like that suggests, we can't get overly excited about the game at the weekend, although rightly we should be excited about that result and
absolutely
the performance that got it. Is it the kickstart of our the next part of our season? We don't know.
No.
Yeah,
that's not the point. I think we as supporters, look, he's given us nothing, Budge, to hang on to up until this, right? No, it's been watching it go, oh my God, this geezer's clueless. Yeah, in this game, he got it right. And that could be more by accident than actually design, because the reason we had this midfield, because Kudos and Alvarez were suspended. No, he had to do something. Smartly, he left old, what's his name? Cena's out.
Guido.
He left him out of the team, that was his first good decision. And of course, we haven't seen Soler play in this sort of position before. We're still waiting to see if he's a player or not. Well, I saw, because I watched the game twice, Geezer. And I wanted to look at him a lot more in the second look, to just work him out. And it's simple. The link-up play, passing was bang on. He was so good with Emerson, with Somerville, with Paquetá. Man, he was controlling lots there and directing lots, what I noticed from him. So I went, that's the player. That's the player.
Yeah, we saw a lot more of what I was suggesting like last week and the week before, that, with a bit of game time and being played in his comfortable position.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to see the player that I've been watching on all these YouTube shorts that I keep watching of all the different players. Carlos Soler is that player. He is that, dare I say it, although he's not quite as dynamic as the player I'm about to suggest, but he is that link up like Lanzini used to be. Yeah,
that's not a bad comparison, Budge. Yeah, he links the play up really well. And he passed really well. I've been doing my head in for 2 years now, how we cannot pass the ball more than 4 passes without losing it. Well, Paquetá, and lucky enough, Paquetá turned up for the first time this season. They were doing that. They were playing some nice interplay, some nice one-touch passing.
Beautiful football leading up to Carlos Soler's attempt where he put it over the top.
Yeah.
That was a lovely bit of lead-up play.
There was a few good moves in that, mate. And, it was... Look, and I've always said we can slag old Lopetegui off, and he's probably deserved it as well. But sometimes the players have to take responsibility and play well. And I don't think we had a bad player out there, but that makes a fucking hell of a difference.
It does, doesn't it?
I thought Gilman was so soft.
Yeah.
Hey, Freddie.
Everybody's just sort of chatting and catching up.
I'll fly through them games. I get to the bones of it.
Yeah. Let's hope
we hope it's not a full storm, Randy. We hope that. And like I said, But it's 3 points we didn't expect. I had no enjoyment from beating Man United, geezer. None. I was disgusted by that performance. This, I fucking enjoyed because it was deserved. And we took it. We took it out. We took Howe out of the equation. And Lopetegui, for the first time for me, needs a lot of credit. He done well. I just hope he can keep that up.
Yeah, and I think for a majority of the game, we played Isak off the pitch as well. We didn't allow him his normal space and his little runs.
We didn't. And I think the fact that we stopped Gordon, he done nothing. Nothing. That guy started on the left, then they threw him to the right, then they threw him to the middle to get him into the game. He couldn't get into the game. Neither could Joel Linton.
No.
You know what I mean? And they're dynamite for them. When them two are flying with Isak up front, you've got problems. And they weren't. We stopped them. You know what I mean? So we need to take credit, not just because they were shit. We stopped them playing. We stopped Gordon. He can tear you apart.
Yeah. And, like Mark here says, love the win, but need more evidence before I get carried away.
Absolutely. Why not enjoy the win, though? Why not enjoy that?
We'll enjoy that win and enjoy the next one,
Exactly.
But fair play. We've all been writing Lopetegui, or a lot of us have been writing off
Lopetegui.
But this week he's shown us that maybe there is something. And, for the whole 90 minutes, I could actually see like a passage of play. I could see
first time, Budge. The first time I saw a fucking setup that looked like they had a plan. That's my first time seeing it. You know what I mean? I couldn't work out what the fuck he was doing before. I saw it, especially when I watched it the second time, Budge, because I was looking for shit, looking for where people were positioned. When Wan-Bissaka come up to score that goal, because I was, I was watching with my footballing head on. When he come inside right to Bowen and then ran, but if you look at it, the back 3 and 4, they covered that position. You had Souček coming back to cover that in case he'd lost the ball and they went on a counter-attack. There was cover there, where before against Man United, that was one big open space that they were using in the first half. Every time he got called forward. We did have a plan, and I saw that, he's figured a few things out, this boy. You can see where our weaknesses are, especially when we lose the ball. And we were losing it a lot in them games. We didn't so much in this game.
No.
Well, Paquetá was almost faultless towards the end. He got a bit sloppy with a couple of passes, and that back heel stopped that. Backman stopped that.
I think the possession stats had us slightly favourable with 56 or 58%.
Never looked at it, Gazer. Never looked at it. But, and even then, Gazer, like I said, we didn't retreat into a defensive mode when we went 2-0 up. But what we did in, say, the last 8 minutes or so when we brought Irvine on, we managed the game. We started, when everyone was olaying, we're passing it around the midfield. We're using it, being smart, taking the time off the clock. Bang, 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 bang. Holding the ball. They were done, geezer. They'd run out of ideas. That was good football management from the team and Lopetegui. Right? Let's just go defensive and let them have a go. We control the ball.
When we 1-0 up, we didn't put 11 men in the box.
No. It was good. So, we done unusual. We defended well. I thought even Bowen and Paquetá, when we didn't have the ball, defended well for us. They were fantastic.
I was getting a bit fed up with Bowen in the first 15 minutes, though, because he was doing a lot of ball watching and not very much. The ball was going round him in a triangle, and he was kind of ball watching.
That was probably their best 15 minutes of the game, wouldn't it, for Newcastle, that opening, which we expect. Up there, you expect them to come at you.
I was a little bit frustrated with Jarrod Bowen for that, but having said that, he redeemed himself. Minute 22, when he took that first little run down that right-hand wing, and he looked like he was going somewhere with it. I thought to myself, he's switched on now.
And he was, and he had a great game. And in Somerville, I love how positive he is. He hasn't got a problem fucking running at him. Let them make a decision to foul him or whatever. He goes at him. It was good, man. It was good for the first time this season. I enjoyed it.
What I did rather find funny, though, was I was watching it with my brother. And because like we watch a lot of the games together, me and my brother, you know. And he said, "Oh, like Antonio's giving Somerville a taste of his medicine." Like when he was lobbing the ball over onto the far left for Somerville to run onto, he was having to run onto them. You know, he was having to put effort in, which is what we've been doing to Antonio for the last sort of 5 years, haven't we? You know, poor sod. But no, you're right. Somerville showed some class and grit, and quite a lot of talent.
That was good.
I think generally the whole team performed really well.
Absolutely,
they had the right attitude, and we got the win. We can't grumble. We cannot grumble.
Their best chance was Tadebo's mistake, where he tried to clear it and fucked it, and that's fine because that Dawson used to do that once a game, and he invariably got away with it, and so did Tadebo because Fabianski came flying out and saved it. But that's really the only really one horrendous mistake I think we made. And it could have cost us a goal, but it didn't. And Fabianski, two clean sheets in a row?
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Good evening, James. Thank you for joining us, mate.
James Lee.
Usual. Good evening to you, sir. Best Wednesday night show on a Wednesday night.
The only one, huh? Like usual.
Good stuff, mate. Loads of people just chatting, saying hello. Brendan, good evening to you, sir. Thank you for joining. He says, got a feeling inside of me. It's a kind of strange, like a stormy sea. Got a feeling inside of me. It's kind of strange, like a stormy sea.
That's I know that lyric, do you? No, that one.
Mark wants to know if it's The Damned. New Rose. There you go. It was The Damned.
Okay, I must know it.
There will be a theme to the next 3 lyrics. Oh, we're having a lyric line again, are we? All right, no problem. Just seen your earlier Ditto Killing Joke, I think. No. Oh. All right, okay. Marked. Now.
It's too early for me to figure things out like that, mate.
Oh, good, yeah. There's loads and loads of all. Oh, God, I don't really want to. Back in the garage with my bullshit detector, carbon monoxide, making sure it's effective. Wow. And then he says, anyone for my lyrics? Mate, I have no idea. Let's get back to some football. Hopefully we are prepared for Arsenal, says Randy, as they are hit form at the worst possible time for us. We have to be at our best to try and avenge last season's 6-0 hiding and give them a game. And to be fair, after this week's performance from our boys, you would hope that we could replicate something of that nature, And if we stand half the chance of getting something from the game, even if it's
I don't think it's not the end of the world to lose against Arsenal, but we need to keep up that level of performance, and I'll be happy with that, win or lose. That's what we need.
But
we can't have a
lose 1 or 2-0, not 6 again.
No, we shouldn't be doing that. But look, our defence is better, which didn't make sense to the goals we've conceded this year, right? Because it is better if you have Tadebo, Kilman, and I'll tell you what, even Mavropanos coming on for Tadebo, he was good, man. He had a really good 30 minutes or whatever it was. So I think we're better, and we'll see. I don't think it's not the end of the world now to lose to Arsenal. We don't want to get thumped, but we want a performance, guys. I want to see a performance. It's as simple as that.
Good evening, Howard. Thank you for joining the game, sir. All the guys would say she's mighty fine, mighty fine. Go on, Brendan. Let us know who it is anyway. People chatting, saying hello. Dead Kennys. Never heard of them, actually. Cool, blimey. It's all right. Here we go, Brendan. There was an Aussie band called Rose Tattoo.
There is, Brendan,
Rock and Roll Outlaw was their biggest international song.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I do know Rose Tattoo, mate, a rock band here. And I listen to them on the radio. They're on Australian radio, play a lot of Australian music here, mate.
Cool.
And I hear the songs, but I never know the names of the bloody songs. See, I never take any notice. But yeah, Rose Tattoo were a big band here.
Serif, good evening to you, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Sir.
3 points away. Monday. So good to me. Now I know that one. Monday. Yeah. Great tune that was. Monday was great, Howard, and the Slaven Bilic interview earlier was as good as that. And I agree with that. Did you see that, Kieran? I don't suppose you did you?
Nah, I was sleeping. I'll have to watch that later, guys. Good.
It was a premiere, so it was pre-recorded and then put out with a live chat. But,
okay.
So it's not like you would have been able to ask questions and that.
No, well done, Rusty B. Well done, son, getting that.
Mate, what a great interview, and what a great person to have on. You know, I mean.
Well, I think I could have been better, but you know,
it is a bit of a coup, though. It is a bit of a coup.
Fantastic, my boy would be interested in that.
Yeah, you got to remember, the man's still in employment as well. For I believe another club. Not international. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, for him to do that was absolutely brilliant. And guys and girls in the chat, those of you that are watching, even on the replay later, if you haven't already watched the interview with Rusty B and Holly and a small brief moment with Anton, with Slaven Bilic, then I really highly recommend it. It's really insightful, very funny, and you know, Slav is the guy that we all know him to be. You know, nothing changes. He is the man we all knew he was. You know, and it's a great interview. And one of his lines, and I quote him: "Once you're a hammer, you're always a hammer." And that's really nice to hear from a Croatian man. You know, anyone, but yeah, real good interview. Hopefully the midfield combination he sticks with will be the right approach for the other games going forward. Well, Randy, I think the way that he set that midfield up was very, very useful, and that is the kind of midfield we are going to need against teams like Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool.
Yeah, look, he's got decisions to make, Gazer. When he gets Alvarez, well, they have Alvarez back and Kudos, then he's got decisions to make and how to, and it might be different for different games. I think it was perfect. It worked perfectly against Newcastle. Alvarez is back, I think, for the Arsenal game. So do you reintroduce or you just leave it as it is because it works so well?
I think he should start with the same 11 that he started with Monday.
I do. I think you got something to work, stick with it.
It rewards them for the result that they managed to help us get. And every one of them helped us get that result.
Everyone.
Yeah, and it rewards them for that. It also gives us some semblance of stability in the approach. Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, that's a winning formula. Let's stick with that. And
absolutely.
We'll try and adjust it if it, hicks up. So that's a promising sign. I've got to be honest. That is a promising sign.
Of course it is. And like I said, you're going to need these players coming off the bench one way or another anyway. They're all getting game time because you can't do it with 11 players anymore. You've got to use 15. 16. You know, you've got to. So I think once you've had a performance like that, there's no reason to change it. None.
Yeah. Let me just put in something in there briefly, quickly.
Yeah, it was good to see, man. I enjoyed it.
It was.
We needed it, Gazer. As supporters, we needed it.
Yeah.
We needed something to hang on to. And
and something to start believing in. You know, because there was nothing to believe in. There was very little effort or desire in what we were seeing. At least this week, you know, we can say we've seen a complete performance from everybody on pitch.
Yes,
you know,
so we can walk away from that good. The only person who should be worried after that performance is Eddie Howe, because I think his days are numbered at Newcastle. I think this is his last season. I think they'll be going in a different direction by the end of the season. I think there's just too many games like that for Newcastle this season that they don't perform to the levels they should be, and not to score at St James's Park on a Monday night against us, who have been terrible. Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of supporters thinking, man, we need to up our game here. Maybe and I know they all love Eddie Howe, and so do I. I think he's a really good manager. But I think when push comes to shove, if you really think you can be a top 4 club, I don't think he's going to be the man to take them forward.
I think we've got to realise that Lopetegui. There's a question here. What result on Monday? But do we give him time? I think the answer to that is yes.
I think we have to. I don't mean it.
Because
it doesn't matter what we want.
Listen, we've asked to see improvement, and we've done. He's delivered. You know.
What I said last week, like, when people were saying, "Oh, he's got Arsenal and Newcastle lose both," no, nonsense. I never believed that in a million years. We're going to sack him if we lose to Arsenal and Newcastle, because we're favourites to lose both them games, even if we were doing okay. Newcastle away and Arsenal, we were, that was never going to happen. The fixtures after Arsenal is where he really will be judged, because there's a lot of fixtures there. There's points on to win. There's loads. There's some good fixtures for us to do well in, and he has to perform in them games. The Arsenal game don't decide nothing, but them other games like Southampton's and Wolves, we could really rocket up the league by Christmas. So I hope that happens.
Yeah, Happy's in the house. Happy Hammeret's arrived. Good evening to you. Yes, we are feeling grand. Mark reckons I'm rocking my stubble look. I'll just call it me homeless man look. No salt pentagrams. Oh, really? Right, okay. Oh gosh, what's that?
Gonzalez,
yeah. Haven't stopped dancing yet. I haven't stopped dancing yet since we met on the first day. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one. Him.
Yeah, Gonzalez. I never did that.
Darren Roll. Good evening, Darren. Hello, boys. Good result on Monday night. I hope we get something out of Saturday's game. Up the Hammers.
Well, at least we're going into a bit more positive, Jose. I mean, if we'd lost at Newcastle, we'd be dreading Arsenal as a flogging. We're not now. We think we can put performance up against them. And maybe we win, maybe we don't, maybe we lose. Yeah. I think
if we approach the game with the same attitude and the performance that we saw on Monday.
Exactly. I don't give a fuck.
I think we could get out of it. I really do.
I don't care where we are in the league, bud. I want to see performances, and we had one against Newcastle. I want to see it again against Arsenal, and then the next fixtures, I want to see it again. I want to see performances, regardless of results, and then you're heading in the right direction. There's something to hang on to. That when it does come together, You know what I mean? I mean, look at the fucking idiot. These idiot Tottenham fans do my head in because you know Ange is the manager I've always wanted. And yeah, they fuck up, mate. But my God, does he give them some moments to go to fucking the Emirates and smash them fuckers 4-0? I mean, that's a moment in history for them. And in the Premier League, who's done that to Man City ever? Well, Ange did without his two centre halves, both injured. And he still took them to the fucking cleaners, man. And so I'm jealous of fucking Tottenham fans because they've got him in charge. And you're going to get an Ipswich now and again when they lose to Ipswich at home. That's what Ange does. But my God, you're going to get some moments like that. You know, going to Man City, fucking beating them 4-0. That's Ange Postecoglou. And sooner or later, he might get it right and he'll stick a trophy on the board for him.
Yeah, let's hope not. Says, what is different is now we have got that kind of performance in us.
Yeah, Freshie. We've witnessed it. We've witnessed it. So it's there. You know, it's there.
Put the photo up from Brighton Station. It's actually Brighton. It's actually the away stand at Brighton at the Amex Stadium. All right, okay. You're going to have to bear with me for a minute because I've got to find it.
You start pushing buttons. Yeah, again. That'll be the end of this.
We're all right. Look, we're all right. Oh, hold up. Here we go. Here it is. Right, it's uploading, so I shall shortly put it up. Well, there we go. Right, okay. So I'm gonna get crucified for this, usual, you tosser. Thank you very much. But yes, somebody asked Hamret earlier on if she'd ever met Lanzini, because you know she is a big fan of his, and you know, cheerleader for him and everything else. And she said no, but she'd met his brother, and there is the photographic proof.
I don't know if that's his brother, but he fucking looks like him.
No, that is his brother, Tommy.
All right, fair enough. Well done. Happy age. Yeah. That's a nice photo too.
Yeah, it is. There you go. Right. I hope you're happy now. I'm probably in bad books now, usual. And ladies, my apology, Hamret. Yes. Yeah, good man, good man. Frog. Good evening, Frog.
Yes, still in that world, is he? Still in there?
Yeah, we are happy hammers tonight. Someone saying hello. Usual don't. It's actually proper embarrassing. I was pissed as a fart and in my element with the closest man in looks to Zini. Oh, sorry. Oh, she said don't. I did. Right, so do you keep the starting 11 or tinker? Horses for courses. How bad boys Alvarez and Kudus are waiting.
What I like about that, Brendan, is that's his decisions, right? And we've got them options, right? I don't think it does against Arsenal. I think nothing changes. But Kudus is back the game after, isn't it? Is it Leicester, isn't it? So he's got decisions to make. He's a top player, Kudus. But where do we fit him in? Alvarez is a top player, but he's fucking reckless. And he cost us twice this year. Twice sending off, man. It's not good enough. You know, and one of them was absolutely ridiculous at why he got sent off, because it was stupid. So, yeah, he's got decision. And no, you know what I love about it, Gator? I've been defending Souček for the fucking forever, right? I criticised him when he needed it, but I've always defended how important he is to our team. And he's shown it every week now this year. Even when we've been shit, he's been showing.
Remember the third season we had him? We're kind of seeing it again.
It was fantastic.
We're kind of seeing that again. It's brilliant to see.
But I just, when he gets that header, like spinny, turny, see you later, boys. Fantastic. I'm so happy for him because I've always believed, mate, and I know we grew up in an era that anyone who gives that much for the shirt, I'm going to respect them even if they have a bad game, a shit game. I don't care that they do give their all. They give their all. And I think Soufal does the same when he's on it. He gives his all. And I'm always going to respect players like that, not slag them. Criticise them when they're poor, yeah. but not write him off and say, fuck him off, fuck him. Well, that bollocks. I'm not into that. The boy would live and die for West Ham as much as any local West Ham player. You know what I mean? He would give as much as Noble. He would give as much, as would Fornells, you know? As with all the outsiders. If you go back to Ray Stewart or Alvin Martin, Julian Dix, they gave their all. And you got to respect it regardless of how they play on the day.
You know,
that's just where I am.
Do you know, I would put, in that respect, I would put Souček in the same category as I would Billy Bonds, because I remember that iconic picture of Billy Bonds with that bandage over his head.
Yeah, that one.
You know, do you remember that, didn't you?
Yeah, I do remember that. I remember them photos. I think Stevie Bacon took them photos, Geezer.
Yeah, probably. And I think that was against Everton, if I remember rightly, when that happened.
I don't remember, but like you said, how many times has he split his head open? Souček for us. He's done it fucking loads.
Souček played like about a third of the season, couple of seasons back, with his head wrapped up.
Yeah.
You know.
And like I said, I go by his character and his spirit, not his technical ability. We know that's limited. I mean, that goes without saying. But his character, his ability, he's fucking still good, mate. It's just not fucking super world class. We didn't pay world class money for him. So what do you expect? No. But his commitment to the badge is second to that.
And his post-match interview was really good. I mean, when you could actually understand what he was saying, it was pretty good. You know, but the crux of it was that he said basically he was proud of the way the team played as a team. You know, and you know, like we haven't had that come out of any of our players recently. You know,
no, you got to play as a team. We played as a team. And we got it right, Reza. We got it right. So that's that.
Got blown away by Ocean Colour Scene, whoever that was. It's not a good look, trust me. Well, we've already seen it now twice. So
done.
I'm waiting for the the fallout in a minute when I get down here somewhere. Stick or twist versus Newcastle, mate. I'd stick with the 11 that we started. You know, I really would. I would not change any of them.
Well, actually, that Tadibo might have been a hammy. Mabs might have to take over, but like I said, he came on and done really well. That could be the only change for me.
Anyway. Yeah, he played admirably when he came on. So
he did. It was good.
You know, one or two small mistakes.
I'll tell you what. I probably that penalty decision that Newcastle could have had, because Mav's fucking brilliant. He saved us a goal there, because I think Wilson heads that straight in again against us, and Mavropanos fucking brilliant, and he got away with it.
Great.
Got away with it, man.
Wasn't it great?
50-50 for a penalty for me, but if you listen to the pundits I'm watching here, they're all, that was a penalty, mate. Stop him fucking scoring. Brilliant. Well done, Mabs.
Yeah, and, you know, the thing was, what I really enjoyed about it was he got up, he had a bit of a grin on his face, and then he turned around, the referee looked all solemn, like, what have we done?
Nothing to see here, sir. Nothing to see here. Brilliant. Nice to get one. Even if he had scored that, I still didn't think we'd get a second. So I wasn't worried. I really was. Fucking fans would have saved it anyway. Yeah, mate.
Yeah. I thought all round he subbed well for Tadibo. And Tadibo made a couple of howling mistakes, but that might have been because he was playing with an injury. So
I did. Yeah.
You know. I was actually in my head. I was actually screaming for him to come off, because I thought he was becoming a bit of a liability. When Fabianski saved that shot, that mistake.
I say, look, mate, I keep saying we love Dawson. Thought he was a legend, but he used to have mistakes in him like that every game. He got away with it. Thea Gerd, every time he made a mistake, they scored. That was the poor fucker. Every mistake he made, they seemed to score from it, and it made him look like a right prick.
Yeah.
I think Dawson got away with murder at times, and so did Debo there. So that's football. That's life, mate. Might be just lucky.
Yeah. Mark saying, poor Julien. He looked like he slept in a dumpster for 2 weeks.
Oh, man, yeah.
I thought the same thing, but I can't really chat too much. He had a stomach like me.
He looked like a man under pressure, Mark, didn't he? He looked like he'd had a bad week, like Pep did when you saw him at what's the name. He looked like he'd had a fucking nightmare week too, which he has. And it just shows the pressure these managers are under. I mean, he did look fucking rough.
And then Ange goes and does him without any Vaseline.
Yeah, that was that'd be a tough one to take for Man City supporters. What they've had to, to live with the last few years, mate. They've been just cruising, and then get that happen to them. Or this last, even yesterday, 3-0 up in the Champions League at home, and end up 3-3 I mean, my God, it's all going wrong for him. But there you go. That's life, mate. That's football for you.
Yeah. Damien makes a fair point here. He says he's in smaller percentage that would change it versus Arsenal. He'd bring Alvarez back in Soler for a bit of defensive solidity. Can't overlook how many clear chances Newcastle had.
I don't think there was that many, Damien. I don't think there was that many clear chances.
There was opportunity for clear-cut chances, though. There really was.
Yeah,
but Soler played a good game because he was in a position that he's comfortable in. And if you bring
Carlos Soler, right, if you look at him, right, and how he played that, he was the difference, right? And him and Paquetá, because Paquetá could actually pass the ball without losing it for a change. And both of them, their link-up play was superb. And that's why I watched it the second time, Budge, because I wanted to look at what they actually were doing instead of getting carried away with the result. Yeah. And he was superb. Plus, I think Carlos Soler should be in a Hollywood movie as one of the Three Musketeers. Have you seen him? He's gorgeous, mate. He looks the part for a Hollywood actor, mate. The geezer.
Disagree. She'd say it was Mavropanos that should be in.
Oh, no, I think Carlos Soler takes him at the H, mate. Carlos Soler is such a good-looking man. He should be in Hollywood. He's got that, what's the name, moustache, isn't he? Who's that geezer? You said Flynn, Errol Flynn. He's got that Errol Flynn moustache, geezer.
D'Artagnan look.
Yeah, he's D'Artagnan. That's him. Carlos Soler, mate. Didn't you? Yeah. He's in.
So, good evening, Gary J. And happy Thanksgiving to all you American hammers out there.
Yeah, good idea, Gary.
Those Americans that aren't hammers, happy Thanksgiving. Have a good week. Have a good week. Enjoy.
Well, we got a nice present, didn't we? Went to fucking Newcastle and beat them.
Yeah.
Over the Thanksgiving week, so lovely.
Darren's saying, do you think he will keep the same team for next Saturday?
Well,
I'm hoping so, Darren. That's all.
He could adjust it, Darren. I don't want him to, but having said that, I do believe you game by game is how you judge it. Whether he thinks Alvarez would be a better option against Arsenal because of their midfield and the pressure, maybe I wouldn't myself, but I'd rather stick with the team that performed against Newcastle. But he might see it differently, and if he does, well, he'll live and die by that decision, won't he? Yeah. Whether that works.
Yeah. Quite poignant words here from Howard, the sculptor, of course. Okay, Happy. Strange. Beauty is everywhere.
It is, mate.
My thoughts create ideas. Ideas create form. Form is beautiful. And I'm sure, Howard, you will agree that...
Philosophical, Howard, today.
Yeah. That beauty isn't created by the artist, it's created by the eyes that see it.
Yeah. And it's in the eye of the beholder, as they say, Geezer.
Yeah, I was trying to avoid being that fucking crash.
Yeah, that cliche. That
crash.
Oh, my God, Randy. Stop typing.
Yeah, I know, mate. I think he's practicing for a speed typing competition or something. Good evening, everybody. Possibly go back to the system we played against Newcastle in the second half if we can't get a foothold of. Yeah, but by the time that happens, that could be too late. That could be 3-0 down.
We'll see.
I think we will start strong. And I have to be honest with you, we started strong. Okay, the first 15 minutes, they had their best period. Yes, they did. But they didn't stop us from playing during that period. And when we had the ball, we were quite useful with it. So, I think we started strong. We continued strong. We finished strong. And that's why I think we should not change the starting 11.
No, we'll see. I think Tadebo, you'll probably see Mavropanos if Tadebo's got a dodgy hammy or a little twinge or a pull. But it's all about whether you bring Alvarez in or not, really. The only thing you would change. And that's down to him. And, all right, well, we'll just see whether he can. I don't. Managers see it differently. And they'll see each team they play against differently. He might think Alvarez is better for this game. That's up to him. You know what I mean? G'day, Colin. Yes, Stephen.
G'day, Colin. Thank you for joining us, mate. I do think we give up chances against Arsenal, otherwise we will get punished. So it needs to be played very well to get a result. Well, yeah, of course, we do.
We've got to remember as well, Arsenal are a far better team than Newcastle. Right? Newcastle, I've watched a lot of Newcastle this year, and a couple of their results, they were very lucky to get points out of me, and like we were against Man U, they were very lucky. I think they're in a false position myself. I don't think they're as good as their position in the league. They could have gone 6th if they beat us. I don't think they're that good, and I think they're a little bit of a mixed match at the moment. And so I'm. Arsenal are far better, and we're going to have a far harder task against Arsenal. You know, when you've got Odegaard in the middle and Rice coming at you, it's tough, man. And maybe Alvarez is a better option for this game. He might look at it that way. I don't know, because I think we will be under the pump a bit more. And our boys at the back, the two centre-halves and Fabs, have got to perform. Wan-Bissaka again has got to, do another job, which he'll be doing really well. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, we are going to be under pressure. There's no doubt about it with us. Yeah. But we just got to defend well and break well and try. We're still relying on poor old Antonio, and he's working his nuts off as well to hold the ball. He had a decent game against. He had a decent game against Newcastle. I would say it was brilliant, but he gave his all in that game to try and receive the ball, hold it, and fight. It was good. Yeah.
Well, he's still currently ranked number 1 in the Premier League for hold-up play.
Is he?
Yeah. There you go. We're number 1 at something.
I'm not sure. I don't know. Hey, we get to that start, but yeah.
Good evening, Stuart. Evening. What result? Do we give him time? Absolutely, we do.
Yeah. Well, we give him another 5 games and see how he gets on, man. Because we've got good fixtures coming up.
I think we have to give him until the Christmas period. If we're doing,
I still believe. Look, this is only the one game, and that's it. Up until this one game, I said, I think last week, that I think it's only not if we sack him, but when. I really, if he doesn't kick on from here and it goes, and I'm not worried about the Arsenal game, it's the other games, the Leicester, Southampton, Wolves. If he's really poor again against them, then the writing's on the wall. But he has to kick on from here, and like I say, he's got a lifeline now, and it's up to him to take it.
Yeah, Randy is right, actually. Going to Newcastle, St James's Park, and winning is a great result. It's not just a good result. Bearing in mind that last season we lost 4-3 up there, which was another barnstormer of a game.
Yeah.
You know.
And we handed it back to him.
We did indeed.
I went to Newcastle in the 70s, early 80s, about 4 or 5 times. Never saw a win. Never saw a point. Never saw fuck all.
Me neither. I see us go ahead once. We went 1-0 up.
I remember Billy Jennings. I was in the Newcastle side as well. Like, I went with the West End fans. We were very quiet. And I think it was Billy Jennings scored the opener, and I sort of went, "Whoa, oh no, shut the fuck up."
Yeah, when you're in amongst 50,000 Georges, mate.
Mate, you know what's mental up there? Where, especially even back then in the 70s, right? Everyone there, they figured us out, and there was about 4 of us in the side bit. Fuck knows how we got in there, what we did. And everyone is covered in black and white. Everyone's got a scarf on both their arms, round their neck, on it with a bubble hat. And we had nothing. They figured us out. And they started on us, geezer, and giving us abuse and all. Anyway, the coppers came in, dragged us, 4 of us out, and threw us into the fair play. Didn't throw us out the ground, they threw us into the West Ham. So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, blimey, you kicked this fucking phone over. Do you know, I'm sweating like a rapist here. It's really hot in my room.
It's here, same here, kids. It's really muggy this morning. Really muggy.
I might be the first one to get my shirt off on the West Ham.
I can beat you. I think this could be coming up soon.
Yeah. How is that? Oh, what the? Oh, right. No, I won't read that one out then. So, Randy and Damien have been having a discussion about the difference between the Newcastle game that we've just played and the Arsenal game upcoming. And Damien's saying the 2 teams are very different, but as much as I would like to beat them, I would take a point right now and get some momentum going for the upcoming. And that is kind of where I was trying to put us earlier, you know, when I said that I feel that, you know, if we start with the same 11, with the same momentum, the game plan, and the same personnel in the same positions that they were in on Monday night, I think we can get, at worst way, a draw. And, you know, I'm hopeful for more, but not very...
No, mate. You know, Budge, coming into Newcastle and Arsenal, if we'd have got a point at Newcastle and a point at Arsenal, my God, I'll be over the moon. You know, considering the shit we've been up until then, a point at Newcastle would have been fantastic. But we got 3. I don't expect much against Arsenal. I think Arsenal, you know, bloody top side. But are they beatable? Yeah, they are, mate, because they have games a bit like Newcastle here and there, you know.
We beat them twice last season.
Yeah, exactly. We can do it.
And in the league, you know, in the Carabao Cup, didn't we?
It's not right, but they are heavy favourites, and we've just got to perform to get anything out of it. Simple as that. You know, if you know, before the Newcastle game, you looked at them and back, you know, we haven't performing at all, man. You know, so, but we did in this one game. So it gives us hope that we can continue that. And great. Yeah. Happy days. Gives us something to hang on to that we actually believe. And then more importantly, Bud, then players might believe now they can get something out of it. They believe. And that's more important than what we believe.
Yeah.
And if they do, and I'll tell you what, when you see the effort all them players put in against Newcastle, they do believe that they're better and they can perform better. So, it's good.
With the confidence that they will have brought back from Newcastle, who knows what they're capable of on Saturday? You know, it could go one way or the other, couldn't it?
What the fuck's Brendan on? What's he talking?
What the hell? Fucking hell. I'm glad Locke didn't let the price tag deter him from Kilman. No, that's a great point because, yes, he was expensive and, yes, he was a little bit of an unknown quantity to us. Wolves fans would have known him very well, of course, but, you know, we didn't really know an awful lot about him other than what he'd done up against us, to be fair. and Kilman's come in. He was the first player through the door, and he looks like he's been here for a million years to me. Kilman has really settled into the squad brilliantly.
No, he was good, mate. He was so solid at weekend. Without being brilliant, he was solid as. You know, he was just really good. He blocked so much, got in the way so much.
Yeah.
Took the ball out of defence well, passed it well. Yeah.
I would say generally, Kilman and Wan-Bissaka are probably, the two players that we've bought in the window that have actually shown us why we bought them.
Yeah, I mean, they're the standout signings at the moment, Geezer. And I'm really,
like we said, Monday night, Soler stepped up and showed us a little bit.
Exactly. I'm excited now about Soler, Geezer. Well, weren't before, because they were playing him out on the left there. He fucking lost. But I'm excited by that performance because I know nothing about this geezer. I've never watched him. I don't watch all that YouTube highlight shit with players.
How quick were his feet in that little interplay with Emerson and together?
But now I see that I can see what type of player he is, mate, and I can see that he's a leader as well by the way he was directing traffic here and there and just pointing them. I could see that, and he was enjoying the bloke. You could see his face. He was enjoying the game. Yeah, and he enjoyed the win. So I'm excited to see more from him. To me, that's like, oh my God, we just put a new signing in the team. That's like, that's the feeling I get at the moment. So I'm looking forward to seeing more from him. But in the right positions. You know what I said about that one, mate? You can get the right people on the bus, but they're all in the wrong seats. Well, he's been in the wrong seat up until now.
Yeah, Yes. Mamas and Papas, what a great band they were. California Dreaming, if I remember rightly. One of my favourite all-time lyrics. All-time favourite lyrics. One of them. Love that tune.
One of 10,000.
Eh?
One of 10,000.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, they're good. They were good, mate. They were good, Mamas and Papas.
Okay. Chain Smoking, Dark Dust, and West Ham are the only points I have. Pains I have. Chain Smoking, Stone Dust, and West Ham.
Well, right, that's you, Howard, is it? Yeah.
I don't think that's two separate things either. I think it's Chain Smoking, Stone Dust. And
you got to wear Howard. You got to wear a mask for all that dust you do when you're sculpturing. Imagine you do. Yeah. You get full of silica and you end up fucked.
Yeah, mate. Yep. Yes, absolutely. Slaven Bilic is an Antonio fan. Yeah, a bit of a fanboy. Mama Cat. That's who she was. Mamas and the Papas. Defo Aku, the Slav interview. Absolutely, Damien. Brilliant. And, again, there's going to be another one next week. At the moment, they haven't revealed the identity, but apparently...
they probably want to up it a bit from Slav. It might be me, goes up, could be you. Who knows?
I think it might be both of us, mate.
A bit of a come down. I ain't coming after fucking village, guys. I'm your fucks.
Yeah, I just got the message from our mutual friend that's in the chat calling me a wanker.
Who's that mutual friend?
The female mutual friend.
Oh, that one. Yeah. That's nothing wrong with that.
Calling me a wanker for putting the picture up, no doubt. This season is very open.
I'll tell you what, Randy, there are some strange results in this Premier League the last month or so. Some really strange results, man. You wouldn't know. I still don't. I'm watching Liverpool, right, who are flying, but they still don't look like the team's a championship winning side yet. I still think they're vulnerable, but they're 8 points fucking clear. Man City look like, they're fucking falling apart. Arsenal are hit and miss. Chelsea look like they're up on the up, but not that great. Tottenham are hit and miss. It is an interesting season.
Yeah. Good points here from Colin. He says he feels the key to the game against Arsenal could be who happens to win the midfield.
Yeah.
But we could always stop the effectiveness of Saka by putting Wan-Bissaka on him. And I think that will be the plan anyway, mate, because Wan-Bissaka is a good defender. And as we know, Saka is, a very, very reliable and very tricky.
It is. I think you've got to trust Emerson, though. I think who's on the left for Arsenal? I mean, that's fucking hard enough to defend. Who's the fucker coming down the left? It could be Martinelli, couldn't it? Or
Jesus.
Yeah. I think you might have to trust Emerson, guys. I really do. I don't like doing this round hole square fucking peg fucking whatever. Yeah. I'd rather see.
Emerson did take a knock on Monday night, so
yeah. I'd rather trust him for it. Like I say, came half time, he's getting ripped. I mean, the option then is to throw old Obi-Wan Kenobi over there, average white band, and then put Sue Fowler on. I mean, if he's getting ripped. But I'd like to trust Emerson to try and deal with him. And Emerson will need Somerville as well, coming back and helping him out there as well. As Wan-Bissaka will need Bowen. Because we will be under the pump a bit, guys. We're going to need to, without the ball, defend well. And these guys, and they did really well against Newcastle, Somerville and Bowen, when we didn't have the ball, getting back and defending. Anyway.
Anthony Herbert, thank you for joining, mate. Still live for about a week if you're still streaming. Laugh out loud. Thank you. What else have we got here? It's not out of sight. That's why I'm hoping. We can get a run and get to January and fix the positions. Rescue Europe if possible.
These run of fixtures up till Christmas, guys. Look, there's no excuses. They're there to be had. We need to take points from them, and we'll see. If we're not going to do it, then we know that we're going to be mid-table at best.
Yeah. AT says, good evening, AT. Great performance in Newcastle. Everyone played well.
Absolutely, mate. We're all happy with that performance, that's for sure.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't read that one out and I wanted to. Next game is a big one for me. Biggest sign of progress for me with Lop was his willingness to drop Rodriguez. I don't see how he starts with everyone fit.
Exactly, Damien. The first thing at the top end of the show here, the first thing I said was Lopetegui to drop him was his best decision. You know what I mean? That was a decision he had to make, and he did it. And I think it was a wise one. Well, it turned out to be wise in hindsight. But I think he made that decision, and I'll give him credit for it, because he basically started nearly every game, and he's been fucking walked past a lot of them games. So even though I think he's a player, when he's got time on the ball, the boy can play. But I just think and I think Arsenal, to me, definitely not. With their midfield, definitely not. He should never get near that first team.
Yeah. Damien says he thinks it may have been sticky if we'd lost both Arsenal and Newcastle. So, yeah, but we don't know. Sticky,
again, I don't think they would have sacked him because of them two games. But it's the games afterwards he has to perform. Anyway.
All right, okay. Good evening, Ray. Thank you for joining, buddy. Yeah, Damien thinks he might have got the bullet. But
I don't think he would.
We wouldn't know.
Well, he might not. Look, I'm saying that, but if we'd lost that Newcastle 4-0 and then 5-0 to Arsenal, yeah, I mean, it could have been on the cards. You know what I mean? Yeah. It could have been. But I don't think, having two good performances against, say, Newcastle, Arsenal, and if you'd lost both, I don't think that's the reason to sack him. The games before it are, right? But I think we'll give him that little fixture list afterwards. It's a good fixture list for us to get points. And then then we'll see whether he can do it against these teams.
Martin Johnson, evening everyone. J-Lo can't be held fully responsible. Even Bowen said it's the players' responsibility to perform. And that's what they did. West Ham to beat Arsenal 2-1, he said.
G'day, Martin. You're right, mate. Regardless of Lopetegui, his faults and whatever, because I do think he's done some serious mistakes here, which he tried to rectify in a lot of half-time fucking substitution. The players themselves haven't been up to it. Bowen included. Definitely Paquetá. They haven't been up to the scratch until this Newcastle game. Yeah. And they all were good, man. All of them performed, and it made a massive difference.
It bloody did. It made a massive difference. Good evening Good evening, Martin. Yeah. Randy says, if we beat Arsenal, then that's 6 points. Possibly be right. Whatever that is. Then we will face Ruud van Nistelrooy's Leicester. Yeah, he's gone to Leicester, mate.
Oh, has he gone there, Gazer?
Yeah.
Has he read?
After that, so it will be interesting with the winnable fixtures coming up to see where we are.
Exactly. Oh, Nistelrooy's gone to Leicester, is he? All right, interesting.
Which is, it's good. I like that. I like the fact that he's gone there.
Okay.
Is that real art, really? If not, smoke one of breathing, sweat, blood, tears, and really breaking me. I don't consider it real art. So. Okay.
What? Who's he talking about? Banksy?
No, I think Warhol. Andy Warhol.
Andy Warhol, fucking weirdo.
Credit to Bowen. Yep, agreed. Great performance against Newcastle. Everyone played well. Let's get that one. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I said that. When you mentioned that Andy Warhol, right? Me and Kieran, right, sometimes watch even in between games here, we watch them together, right? And then the adverts come on. And sometimes we watch an advert, you can't. And I look at him, he looks at me and goes, Dad, what the fuck was that advert about? And I don't know. I don't know. Right? And then this week, I saw that Jaguar ad and I just fucking shook my head and I went, what the fuck are these people on? What are they trying to ruin the Jaguar name by that advert? It's fucking ridiculous. Not even a car in sight. They've gone down that woke weirdo fucking route, mate, that Bud Light did. And they lost billions because of it. I think fucking Jaguar might live to regret that fucking advert. But anyhow, apparently that's political. But I couldn't give a fuck. It's ridiculous.
Into having a conversation between themselves. We don't know that. Bloody touchscreen drives me round the bend. Damien, can we trust
No, that's the truth, Mark. No, we can't. He's a fucking lunatic. I love him. Don't get me wrong. I love his passion, mate, but he's fucking a liability. Fuck me. It's fucking mental.
I mean, I've got to be honest. I was always on tenterhooks when Julian Dick played.
When you see him charging in, geezer, nearly every time, oh no, no. Oh, he got it right that one. Thank fuck. It's all, you're on edge every time that boy comes in. He's like he's fucking on the old Mexican fucking white powder every time he fucking goes for a tackle. Fucking lunatic. Fuck. I do love his passion, man. I love the boy, but fuck me, man. You can't keep getting sending off, man. It doesn't help.
No. But
Then again, could we trust Julian Dix? We loved him. We couldn't trust him half the time either.
No, that's what I'm saying. I get a very same vibes from Alvarez that I used to get from Dix.
Yeah. There you
go. Good evening to Mark. Mark, thank you.
Hey, Mark. We are, Mark. Thank you, Cieran. That's me. We're lucky to have him, mate. You're the warrior. Yeah. He's our warrior too. That's why I don't like people slagging him off. Don't mind criticism on him, when he's having a poor game, but let's not fucking go over the top of the guy. Guy gives everything to West Ham. I love him.
We don't want to change him up to the Lamborghini and do 150 miles an hour, do we? You know what I mean?
He's in perpetual motion, that boy, trying to make things happen or trying to stop things happening. I love it.
And to be fair, he succeeds maybe 80% of the time. Do you know what I mean? I think
we're lucky to have him.
Exceptional for us in the years that we've had him.
And I'll tell you this: I've always thought he should be the captain.
Well, that's something that I was discussing with Tony the other night. No,
I think Souček should have been the captain. Not Bowen. But I'm not knocking Bowen. No. I like Bowen, and I think
that Bowen is kind of predisposed with that job while he's playing, and I think that's probably why we haven't seen so many good performances out of Bowen this season.
Not. But look, Bowen's a natural choice because he's committed his future to West Ham, and he's younger and he's going to be there a long while. Where Souček may have one more season left in him after this. We don't know. But Souček to me is a natural leader. That's why he's captain of the Czech Republic. I mean, he leads by example for effort, and that's why I think he's a natural captain.
Yeah,
but Bowen probably is a logical choice looking at longevity for the club.
Yeah,
because he's not going anywhere. Bowen's not going anywhere.
Damien says that he would trust Alvarez if he stayed next to Souček. And that's more or less what you were hinting at, really, as well, isn't it? You know what I mean? Kind of thing.
I think, like I said, the two sending off already, he might have learned a lesson there and going, Jesus Christ, I'm no good to this team if I'm fucking suspended all the time, which you're not. So he might pull his head in a little bit and be a bit more sensible. Maybe. I wouldn't guarantee that myself.
Right, okay. This is obviously part of the conversation those two are having. Both Kudus and Alvarez should be on the bench when they come back. They've now got to earn their spots, and that's exactly what I think as well.
Actually,
Thank you, Sean. And like as we know, Sean, always speaks a little bit of sense when it comes to getting a little bit excited about stuff.
Yeah,
and he's kind of
they do have to prove themselves. But that changes from result to result, doesn't it? If we have a really bad day against Arsenal, then Alvarez might be straight back in the next game, or then he might put, say Carlos Soler has a really bad game against Arsenal. Maybe then the next game, Kudus comes back in. It goes by game, who your first 11 are. So, but at this moment, I know only Alvarez is back for the Arsenal game. He should be starting on the bench, no doubt. I think.
Yeah. Mark says that Soler and Paqueta are a great combo, and Souček, of course.
Yeah, they have been, Mark. In that game, they were. It all seemed to work.
Good evening, Tony. Thank you for joining us. I'll be doing the West Ham review with him tomorrow on Early Doors Football TV. So we've got some decent stuff coming up on that in the next couple of weeks or so. Good evening to everybody in the chat. Tony said Arsenal will win 3-1. What was the result? I don't know. What was the result? Darren says, Amaret, me and my son met Lanzini once over the training ground at Rush Green. Nice gentleman. We had one. We had
lovely, Darren.
With him. Made my son's day. Yeah.
He always came across like 4 hours. Lanzini always come across as a bit of a gentleman, didn't they? Darren, and that's good to hear, mate. Good for your boy.
Yeah.
But he always come across as a gentleman, man, a lovely guy, and that's nice.
Sure, it was a great day for you as well, Darren, to be fair, because, you know, like even as parents, you know, we want our children to experience these things, and we really do. But we enjoy it just as much when they're enjoying it. So
yeah, I've got to fly my fucking juice geezer. He's coming out. Fucking hell. There you go. Got him. See ya. It's gone. Fucking bastard.
There's a message for you. Look.
All right. I've got. At some stage, geezer, before I forget, there's a geezer I want to mention here in Australia that people need to know about. But I'll do it when it's. What's she say about me? I see fuckface there. What she's slagging me off?
There's a message for you there, look.
How the fuck am I your fault? What have I done?
No, it's because I put her picture up. You know, I was a very naughty boy, and I sort of did something I shouldn't have done. You know, and, you know, I think I got myself in trouble.
I wish I looked like that, geezer. I wish I looked as cool and gorgeous as that boy.
Oh, gone past it. Here we go. Right, Ian said, credit to SoCheck and SoFal. I got talking to someone that works at the club, and he said that when they arrived, there was a real change in the dressing room with professionalism and attitude to training, etc.
Is that right, Ian? That's good to hear, Ian. That's fantastic. Who's you talking to, Moyes? Oh, brilliant. That's good to hear stories like that. It really is, because it reinforces my opinion of these two guys, that they are just true professionals and hard workers.
Yeah. Hang on. Oh, bloody hell.
What's he fuck? What's the matter with you, you weirdo?
Oh, not just a minute ago. Now I'm sneezing like bloody. Okay. Right. What's this? Budgie, I looked through your cookbook. It made your homemade stew. Bloody hell. It put hairs on my ass. You don't leave me alone there, man. I'm telling you. Soler Bandera.
Yeah, man.
Sorry.
Yeah.
HBNY. Good evening to you, HB. Hope you're good, sir.
HB.
Soler gives me Brucey vibes.
Brucey?
What, Steve Bruce or Bruce Forsyth?
Yeah. Good game, good game.
Yeah, mate. Good game. Who else have we got here? Oh, yeah, of course he's in America. He says, yeah, stuffed Newcastle and a turkey. Not Steve Bruce, I think. Yeah. See?
It's Steve Bruce.
I'm not sure either. Going to watch the Packers versus Miami tomorrow. Mate, the only Packers I know about are the ones that work at Amazon Prime delivery station, you know. Bruce Bonus. Oh, right. Oh, obviously him. Right. Right. Thing is, previous Lottie squad selections suggest the use of a bingo machine. Probably about the right and all. Right, where are we? Right, Mark says, Lottie picking numbers like it's the Royal Rumble. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Listen, we've been going for an hour and 20 minutes. Frog says we ripped them a Newcastle.
Yeah, we did. We've done them. We've done them quite easily, I think. We were comfortable in that second half. Completely comfortable.
Dinos uses hand motions in the groin area. Who her missus? It's definitely happened. Oh my God. Yeah, so she needs that. Here we go. Usual's got the odds up. Look, there we go. West Ham 6-1. Arsenal 5-11. The draw 7-2.
Yeah, red hot favourites there. That's nothing new. We knew that. That's all right. Fucking hell, Man City were red hot favourites against Tottenham.
Yeah, I might have a cheeky quid on West Ham.
But, no, so we don't get carried away. Take it game by game at the moment. And just hope we have a good performance. And that's more important to me, with the performance against Arsenal, not the result.
And look, Mark, he thinks that we should keep the same line-up and just switch out Mavropanos for Tadibo if he's out. So, yeah, more or less.
Same here, Mark. I think that's what we should do. Bring Mavs in if Tadibo's struggling a bit.
Yeah. He says HVNY says, I was just going to call him HV, says, I respect the result, but we have to see that Lobby has had a head wobble about it. Well, mate, he instigated and engineered that win on Monday night.
Like I said, Budgie, he had one big decision to make, right? Because I think it's forced upon him with Kudos and Alvarez missing. So it was forced on him apart, but the Rodriguez decision to leave him on the bench was the right decision. And that's what he got right. And his tactics throughout the game, he got right. We didn't go into a lead and then sit back. We tried to keep playing the football. At the end of the game, we managed the game. He got everything right, mate. And even that young Irvine, when he brought him in the last 10 minutes, my God, he was good. He just linked up, pass, kept the ball, kept passing simple passes, but smart, really smart. I was glad for him to, get a few minutes and show that, he can pass the fucking ball, which we've struggled with for fucking 2 years. So good for him. Everything he done in that game, I can't knock him. And I'm sure, we've given him enough stick up until that game, so it's time to give him credit for that. He got it right. Good
evening, Mama Flossie. Thank you for joining us.
How you doing?
Away the lads, she says.
Away the lads. I'll be fucking away Eddie Howe soon. Don't worry about that. He's out the fucking door. I watched True Geordie the other day, mate. He was caning him. He fucking caned him, old True Geordie. Giving him so much stick. He read. And I believe it. I think Eddie Howe's on his way out. Whether it's January or probably the end of the season. But I think the next manager, they're going big. Newcastle are going big next time.
Yeah. We are being threatened with an old school OnlyFans channel. It seems that it's going topless. I'm not going to.
Mate, I can go topless. The difference is, Brendan, I don't need any money for it, mate. I can just stretch. Not a problem. I don't need any money. I'm getting close to pulling this shirt off. Wherever it is, fucking shirt. It's not conducive with this humidity we've got here at the moment. That could be coming off.
Howard, Mama, ooh. He looked like he was stranded on Treasure Island, but he definitely delivered treasure.
Yeah.
He didn't look good on Monday, did he?
Yeah, but I'll tell you, even a lost great white finds a surfer now and again. I think that's brilliant. I don't know what fucking Rusty B didn't put that in the thumbnail, to be honest.
Just praying that it wasn't a fluke under Lobby. surely he must continue the momentum this weekend. And by picking the same 11 to start, or as close as he can get to it, you know, bearing in mind the fitness and injuries, then I think that's going to be where the momentum starts. I mean, I know we used to criticise David Moyes for selecting the same 11 week in, week out, game in, game out, regardless of competition. You know, we did criticise him for it quite heavily, if I remember rightly.
And deservedly so, Budge, because he was playing the same 11 when they weren't playing well. When Souček was having a tough time, well, I thought he was fucking fatigued as fuck because he was playing every minute for Czechoslovakia. He was having a rough time, and he kept playing him. I thought that was wrong. You know what I mean? Yeah. He needed a break. You could tell he needed a break, and that's why he got criticised for that. You know, playing the same.
No, but in the same token, though, Cieran, we had a lot of success while he was doing that.
So, no, but what Moyes was good at, when it came to that crunch game, he'd win it. You know what I mean? We'd have 3 bad games, oh, fucking hell, what's going on? Bang, and he'd win that game that he needed to win. He was very good at that. Yeah. But I do believe he overplayed players when they were out of form instead of changing.
I do agree.
You know, but he had a lot more faith in them, where they looked like they needed a break. But that was his philosophy.
Yeah, that was from last year, probably. Everybody. He's not brave enough to take Newcastle to the sword because of his pragmatism at the end. Oh, David Moyes, right, okay. Here he is, look, sexy man is here.
Fucking he's here. Oh, man, how you doing, brother? Good for yourself. You're fucking late. What are you doing? Come here.
God, blimey, everyone's just saying hello to everyone. This is crazy. John Collins. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Oh, John. Ginge Collins. Any relation to Tom Collins? That's a drink. I know, that's a drink. Gemma Collins? Ginger. Good quality. Yeah, I love Ginge Collins. Good old Ginge. Been back in Salaire. Damien, you and I both. He just needs to be utilised correctly. Exactly what I've been saying. He will be even more important later in the season as well if Paqueta gets banned. And I agree with that. But in the meantime, with him and Paqueta in midfield together, it works beautifully.
Hopefully.
He's got good feet, mate. And you know,
even if we play them both there and it isn't great against Arsenal, I would still continue with that, geezer. You know what I mean? Arsenal didn't kettle of fish, but them other games, I've seen enough in that game with Salaire. Like I say, I've watched it twice just to see him and watch it. I think that boy's, is a bit of quality there. I think we're going to need that. It's really hard. Just for keeping possession at the right time and linking play. Yeah, I can see why he was at PSG now. Well, I couldn't see it before because we'd thrown him out to the left and he was lost.
Yeah.
But I can see why we've got him. And hopefully he kicks on. Like I say, unless Hollywood come knocking and he ends up in a Three Musketeers movie, I think we should be right.
Frog says, Kudos and Alvarez bans seem to have done us a favour. Lopetegui juggled in pretty much what we've been screaming for months.
I agree, Frog. That's what I'm saying. He might have fell upon this, I'll say, not by design, but more luck because of them 2 suspensions. But that happens to a lot of managers, mate. They find something that works that they might not have originally thought that would. So hopefully this is it. We'll see.
Yeah. And Damien, you're absolutely right. The setup did suit Salaire to a T. And he couldn't have asked for a better partner in there than Paqueta. But
Absolutely.
the Paquette that turned up on Monday, not the Paquette that turned up
exactly.
against everyone else this season.
Exactly that, Budge. We needed Paquette to be his old self a bit. And he was. For the very most of that game, he was. And it was this guy gave him man of the match as well, you know? I mean, so that tells you.
Yeah.
Even like, for me, I think we could have picked 4 or 5 man of the matches for that game. I think Soler was superb. Suchek was superb. Paquette was superb. Wan-Bissaka was good. Bowen was good. Take your pick. I'd give all of them man of the match. Kilman, without being outstanding, was fantastic. So
yeah, HB saying the Soler Pac-Man combo and Kilman and Socek fire. You know, that's about right. That about sums it up. They were all good. It has to give us more of balance in the
that's
team.
what he looked like, Randy. He looked like more balance with him in there. It really did look more balanced. It really did.
Mama Cass choked on a ham sandwich. Is that true? Wow, I don't know, but I do seem to recall an earlier comment that stated that Mama Cass and Harry Nilsson. Do you remember Harry Nilsson?
Remember the name? Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, they both died in Keith Moon's apartment, not at the same time, but they both died in his apartment. Apparently,
okay.
I can't remember who it was that said that. Now, might have been usual.
The entertainment industry is a weird world, mate. It could be true.
Well,
right. You as well, old man.
What do we do this for? Why do we keep putting ourselves through this?
What's he doing? I'm a 40. I'm 40 a day. Yeah, I ain't far on that these days, guys. Yeah, I couldn't give a fuck.
And he also smokes a lot. So he's got a smoking and wanking problem. 40 a day, and he smokes.
I knew that. I tell you what, I knew that by his profile picture. Fuck it. Hey, look, it tells a story, that, doesn't it? It tells a fucking story. Oh, dear. Actually, no, you came late, old man, but made an impression.
Yeah, mate. I take it you're asking me that question. Yes, it is a bass. Just a cheap little thing I bought during lockdown. I can play about 6 notes on it now.
Brilliant. That was time well spent there, eh?
Yeah, mate. There you go. Frog says, think it was after show.
Heart attack. Yeah, that's what I remember. The heart attack thing.
Yeah.
She might have been eating a ham sandwich when the heart attack happened. Who knows?
Well, I thought it was cheese and ham, but, you know, rumours will be rumours.
Yeah. Mate, what brings on the heart attack? All that fucking gear they're sticking into themselves. All these fucking lunatics. Just say no, boys. That's me. Just say no. Don't do it.
Yeah. Brendan, he was referring to the item over my right shoulder. Yeah. Guitar. Frog. Keith is my favourite drummer next to Bonham Baker. Okay. Keith Moon. Good drummer.
It's coming up, geezer.
Go on, mate. You crack on. Same with velvet and a cheeseburger.
There you go.
Yeah. There he is.
Geezer, it's fucking stinking here. So sorry about that. I'm stripping up, but I don't think I'll worry anyway.
We're now switching over to the OnlyFans channel. Please insert $15 and follow us over there.
Fuck that member bollocks with West Ham Network. Just send me money.
Yeah. That's it, mate.
Oh, that's better, man.
So hang on. I'm going to just quickly start this comment. And where are we at? 11:04. What's the time now?
All right. I'm saying,
bloody hell. I'm half hour behind with the chat. But I really do want to go up to the top again right the way back to
Okay.
the beginning, because there is a comment up there that I want to.
Where's the marks? Okay, fair enough, Howard. Yeah, I'd imagine that stuff that comes off it'll be quite choking.
Come on. There we go. Here it is. Look. I just wanted to put that one back up again now that he's in the chat. Because it's very nice of him to join.
Fucking big deal, you remember? I'm a member. No, I'm not. Actually, I'm not a member.
No, you're not. No, I am. But, thank you, Tony, and congratulations, mate. Well done. Early Doors Football TV has become a member. And if you want to also become members, people, it's very easy to do so. Very, very easy to do so. Right, 11. There it is. Right, okay. Right, so let's go to this one. Mark Cieran. I am standing and finishing in the studio and I'll wear a mask. Rosie's father was a sculptor. He said he was brought up on a diet of stone dust. Okay. Thank you. John Bonham is to go.
Absolutely, Mark.
Who's John Bonham?
Led Zeppelin. He was the drummer that died. Bonzo Bonham. The drummer that died, and then Led Zeppelin. I remember one thing.
Is it Def Leppard? I can't remember what bloody band it is now, but they had their drummer only had one arm.
Fucking hell.
And I can't remember what it was. I really can't remember what it was.
Did you dream that?
No. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do a Google search on it.
Oh, don't.
I am.
You got 6 million fucking chats to get through, and you're a one-armed drummer.
Yep, I am.
Brilliant.
There we go, Def Leppard. Rick Allen is a one-armed drummer who plays for the hard rock band Def Leppard. And I'll tell you what, he's brilliant. He has the snare drum linked up to his right foot, and he has the bass drum on his left foot, and he plays all the other cymbals, hi-hats, and other drums. You know.
Okay, so does he puncture the drums with his hook or not?
Hey?
Does he puncture the snare drum with his hook or not?
He hasn't got an arm, you nutter.
Oh, I thought he might have had a hook, mate.
No, mate, no. He lost his left arm in a car accident in 1984 when he was 21 years old.
Wow. Didn't know that, Kevin.
Yeah.
And what? And just adapted to play with one arm.
That's one arm, yeah. Like I said, that's instead of his right foot activating the bass drum, he had a double pedal on his bass drum, so his left foot could do the bass drum and the hi-hat riser,
Wow.
And on the right drum, he had it rigged so that it would play the snare in front of him. And he used his right hand for all the cymbals and everything.
That's pretty brilliant. That's pretty outstanding, isn't it?
Yeah, it's quite an amazing thing. And, live, all the studio stuff, everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
All one-handed.
Hold on.
My favourite drummer is a guy called Tony Holmes. But that's only because I know him and I've watched him play for hours and hours and hours. And he was with a local band called the Blunter Brothers. And they did a lot of the old funk, jazz funk, rare groove stuff, they did a few James Brown numbers, Curtis Mayfield, and that kind of stuff, But he started off with them, and then he got invited to go on tour with Ultravox, and he's been with them ever since.
Mm-hmm.
He lives in the States now. You know, he's lived in the States for like 20 years. He tours with Ultravox and does session work for other artists. You know, professional drummer. Love doing what he does. Yeah, it's great. Right. Let's get. Hang on, I'm going to cut out quite a lot of these. Right, hold on. Oh, we're talking about bass players now.
Yeah. We sort of remember him.
Wasn't he the bass player with the Who? John Entwistle.
I think it might be, Gazer, yeah.
Yeah.
I like Matey in the Jam. He was a good bass player, the boy in the Jam.
Yeah, he was, wasn't he? Bruce Foxton.
That's it. Well done. Well remembered, son. Bruce Foxton. Yeah, I like him.
Bass is my thing. I love bass players. In fact, for me, I think the greatest, probably the best well-known bass player for me is Mark King from Level 42.
Oh, yeah. They were good on the bass. Yeah, I remember them guys. Yeah. I never remember names like you, Bud. You're good at that. But I can't remember names, but they were, weren't they? Yeah.
He was the singer and he used to play the bass as well.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of these bass lines were very technical and very quick, you know, and he could do the lyrics, you know, singing as well. So, you know, I always liked him as a bass player.
Do you not think, though, guys, you know, when it comes to the beat of a song, that sort of makes the bass player as well? Some, you know, some songs, you know, the bass player don't really feature in it, but some, you know, riff and whatever suit a bass player.
For me, I love music where the drums and the bass are the heart of the
poignant. Yeah, I agree.
The heart. I mean, that's why I love reggae so much.
I was just about to say that, Budgie took the words out of my mouth. That's why I like reggae so much, because it is poignant. It's very poignant.
And, you know, like in reggae, there's a duo called Sly Dunbar and Robbie Shakespeare, Sly and Robbie.
Yeah, Sly and Robbie, yeah, man.
Yeah, and, you know, they're probably the most famous rhythm section in the reggae genre. And, you know, they are, I mean, they've been like, I wouldn't call them session artists because that doesn't do them any justice.
Yeah.
They played bass and drums on, I would say, I mean, I'm talking about during the times of the rock steady reggae. They would have been playing bass and drums over probably a good 40% of the tunes that you heard on the radio. You know, the reggae tunes. You know, with the exception of things like Bob Marley and the Wailers, because they had their own bass and drummer. But like, you know, artists like Dennis Brown, Freddie McGregor, Gregory Isaacs, these are all really well-known names, you know. And they all used Sly and Robbie, all of them, you know.
Okay. All right.
But Robbie Shakespeare, probably great, you know, he's a great bassist. Jacko Pistorius, also another great bass player. And there's a young lad out now who's got a YouTube channel. I'm going to move on from this in a minute, but his name's Charles Boothoid, I think it is. And he plays anything from a 4-string bass to a 6-string bass, and he can make them, and fretless as well, and he can make them sing. He'll play the full tune using slap and tap and all sorts of methods on the bass, and like he can do things like Billie Jean, for example, on the bass. He's really, really good, really good. But that's that. Moon was a huge fan of surf rock. That's why he did so many roles. Oh, God, here we go. There you go. Mark Pendleton. I have to admit, Mark King is very underrated as well. Mark Watson wants to know, would you take a draw on Saturday?
Absolutely, Mark.
Definitely.
Absolutely, Mark. I think that would be a fantastic result for draw.
In fact, I would love it to be a 0-0 draw, so that they don't, that they don't score against us. No,
three clean sheets in a row would be good, bud.
It would be lovely, would it not? Grab us a VB while you're at the fridge. Anyway, great pick. Yes, indeed. Alan Wittard. Hang on. That's Alan West Ham till I die, not Alan Wittard, dickhead. Anyway, Arts are not going to be as wasteful as Barcodes. So, yeah, I'm not expecting anything out of the match, but a decent, hard-working performance. Yeah. Anything like the last will make me happy.
I'm the same as that.
Yeah.
I want to see a performance, not about the result.
I agree.
I want something more to grab onto, Budge, after that game. A little bit more, regardless of the result. I'm not panicking if we lose, but I'd love to see a performance again. That'd be great.
Yeah, what we really are actually asking for is for the team, regardless of who the personnel are, but the team to start building a little bit of momentum and consistency.
Yeah, I don't want Paquetá to go back to how he was, 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks when he was shit. I want him to keep up that performance level, and all the others who played so well, like Bowen and Soler and Kilman and Wan-Bissaka. I want to keep that level up. If they do that, regardless, if Arsenal are too good on the day, they're too good on the day, and we lose. I can take that, but I want to see a performance.
For me, I think if he is going to change any one of those three personnel in the midfield and bring in Alvarez,
he could do that.
It's got to be Paquetá that he drops for me.
He won't do that. He won't do that.
No, because for me, that would be the sensible option because Paquetá, well, depends on what he does in training, of course, but Paquetá has been, as you said, on and off this recently, mainly off.
Yeah.
So
mainly off.
Yeah. Chris, great bassist. Mama Cass, official autopsy report found that she died of a heart attack while in the process of trying to kill herself with a ham sandwich.
Oh man, fucking hell! I tell you what, if you achieved it with a ham sandwich, you're doing well. Yeah. Pretty impressive.
Colin says he'd like to see Guilherme get some minutes against Arsenal. He's got the pace. Let him run in at their defence. Feel he would cause them problems at the back.
I don't know. I've not seen enough of him yet, Colin.
No.
For me, I've not seen enough.
But the fact is that he is young and inexperienced, and the Premier League is a very tough league for an 18, 19
We've got Somerville. We need that Somerville will keep proving himself as well before Guilherme.
Who has been in the Premier League before? Let's not forget.
Yeah. So I'd love to see him get minutes as the season goes on, Colin. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But at the moment, Arsenal, no.
I think maybe like the last 10 minutes he might be able to bring him on if we're in a comfortable position, but
we won't be. We won't be in a comfortable position. But
by a comfortable position, I mean, is if we're 4-0 down, then bring him on. There's nothing to lose.
Oh yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean by that?
Yeah. All right.
The Moon is a Balloon, David Niven. That's a great book.
Yeah, The Moon's a Balloon, David Niven, you're right.
That is a great book.
That's a bit of Carlos Soler's all and all, isn't it? David Niven.
Yeah. Roger Daltrey, Under a
Under a
Raging
Raging Moon. Yeah.
Moon. What are we doing here? Under the Moon of Love.
Oh, I remember that. Under the Moon of Love. I remember that fucking lyric.
Worry.
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. That's shit when they geezer, but we loved them. But they were fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Oh man, you could be anything, geezer.
Oh mate, he never.
A granny who likes wanking and smoking 40 a day.
Yeah.
Fuck, we have, eh? Don't we have some quality in this fucking shack, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, HV says that he loves Alvarez. He's the type that he would want to have his back in a bar fight. Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, HV. Yeah, that's the trouble. I've got mates like that. I've got lots of mates like that. They're fucking lunatics. Yeah. I don't want them playing next to me on the pitch, though.
I'd like to have Antonio with me, I think. I don't think any bar fight is about.
Oh, how ripped did he look, geezer, when he came off with that shirt thing? Fucking hell.
I know.
I wish I was sporting that now. Jesus Christ.
I've got to be honest, right? I was kind of tongue-in-cheek taking the piss out of him for having the little snip done in his shirt and all that, you know, and having his shirt adjusted. I was taking the piss out of him a little bit. But then when he got ripped and he took it off, and I looked at him and I thought, fucking hell, that geezer's like an absolute beast. You know what I mean?
Fuck me.
He's like.
It's not an ounce of fat there, is there? Geezer. I mean, what is he? 30 fucking 3 now, whatever.
No, he felt like Leonard Lewis was in his prime.
But I noticed. I'm sure I noticed Souček with the same sort of cut in the middle of his shirt.
There were 2 or 3 of them.
Yeah. So it must be annoying, that round collar. It must be annoying to him, you know?
I don't mind it when I wear it. I've got one of these.
Yeah, but you're not running around for 90 minutes, geezer. And you're not built like Kentucky.
I couldn't get 90 seconds out. Moon River, wider than a stream, or whatever it was. Harry was on the bench, wasn't he? On Monday? Yes, he was. It's going to take a lot for him to get his spot back. Can't quite believe the saves that Fabianski still makes at 39. Mate, I agree with that too. You know, that we've had some really good points coming up tonight, actually.
He's our good keeper. He's our best keeper, Fabianski, at the moment. He's our best keeper. So that's it.
I was chatting with my brother yesterday. We watched all of the highlights that we could find from the game and that, because sometimes some of the highlights show different bits to others, you know, and you get a better view of what happened in the game, even though we both watched the game. And, you know, I said to him, I said, mate, I actually said he was 40, but I said he's not quite 40. I said, but for a 40-year-old man, you wouldn't mind having him like as your number one anywhere in the Premier League, with the exception of maybe the elite teams. And he went, where would you put Chelsea then? I said, well, with the money that they can spend and this and that, I said, I'd have to put them as one of the elite teams. And he went, well, let me tell you something, mate. He goes, I'd have him at Chelsea. No question.
They would. Chelsea are bringing... Chelsea are building a young squad, though, a really young squad.
Oh, yeah.
And they're getting better. And they spent a shitload, as we know, though. And they are. I think they're a top 4 team this year. I really do. I think they'll end up in top 4. But we'll see. They have got a bad game in them. That's the thing. They are young. They're still finding their way. They've got a decent manager in there now. I think that I would put money on them being top 4.
Good evening, Lawrence.
G'day, Lawrence.
Right, where are we? Oh, we're still
The Killing Moon. What a fucking track that is, usual. What's the name of the band? I forgot the name of the band. Brilliant track, though.
Yeah.
Brilliant track, Killing Moon. Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
I can see the geezer singing it as well, and I can't remember the name. Echo and the Bunnymen, I like them. Was it Echo and the Bunnymen?
I don't know. I remember the tune Killing Moon.
Yeah, it's brilliant. I loved it.
Souček played with more methodology and intention this game.
Absolutely. Thanks, mate. Absolutely, he was. Superb. He was superb.
Yeah. Lawrence has brined his turkey for the cook tomorrow.
What?
Brine, that's salted water, yeah?
I don't know what that fucking means.
That's salted water. That's what brine is, isn't it? What's mad is we're only 4 points behind sixth.
Yeah, it is a strange season. It's a strange season. Some strange results out there, man. Some really strange results.
Yeah, and I think we're only something like 5 points above relegation.
Maybe six. Maybe six.
I don't know. I think it's 5.
Exactly. It's a strange season, but I don't care about where we are in the league. I always worry about our performances and whether I see enough for us to not even worry about the bottom half of the table. Yeah, that's on the Bunnymen. Is that who it was? Killing Moon. Yeah. They were good. Good band. Yeah, they were a good band, usually. Like them. Killing Moon, cracking track. I haven't heard that for years, man. Years.
Damien says, I've been saying this. I think the captaincy.
Yeah, I think we give it that. Damien.
And didn't know. Yeah, mate. Well, look, I just think that Bowen is a better player without that responsibility. I think he's more free to play his game. I think the constraints that go with being the club captain means that you're kind of thinking more about everything rather than your job. You know, and
I think he's grown and goes up. And not say, we might look at him and say, "Oh, we don't think he's a captain." I think Souček probably be a better captain, but we don't know what Bowen's like in that dressing room now. He's the future of West Ham, so I don't see why. You know, in that dressing room, he could be a complete leader, and we don't see that. And but I think he is getting better. And but let's say results usually. Good performances, good results tend to favour a guy who is the captain. So we need to put that together. Well, we'll see. Oh, did you, Freshie? Yeah, well, what a venue that is, Freshie. My favourite venue, that Alcohol. I only got there once. I love it.
Echo's bassist is superb. The punchiness of Bedbugs and Ballyhoo. That's not a tune I'm familiar with, but
I'm not. I might know if I hear it on one of them goes. I'll forget everything. But I did like Echo and the Bunnymen. Wow.
Question: who would you say has been the best penalty taker at West Ham? Well, in history, are we going right back to when I can remember and when Cieran can remember? For me, it's close to being one of two people, which is Mark Noble and Julian Dix. But also Alan Stewart used to.
Fucking hell, man. Don't have 6 of them, you fucker.
No, I know, but Ray Stewart used to take a fine penalty. I'm trying to decide on who my favourite.
Yeah, well, find out bollocks. You fucking who? You've got 6 of them.
I'm going to go with Noble.
Right.
What about you?
Not bad. Me, I'm Ray Stewart because, and like I said, regardless, he was a great penalty taker for us and just bashed it and fucking no fucker saving it. A bit like Julian Dix, but he was before Julian Dix. And that penalty he took against Aston Villa, quarter-final of the FA Cup, 1980, last minute, and banged it, and we got to the semi-final. That was it for me. Best penalty taker ever. Because that was the most pressured penalty ever in West Ham's history.
Yeah.
And got us to the semi-final, which we won after the replay, and got us to the final to beat Arsenal. That penalty was everything to us. So, I'm Ray Stewart.
It was.
Sorry, Darren.
Good old Darren, yeah.
How you in Thailand, brother?
Seen them in the States, Echo and the Bunnymen. Their old drummer they had on tour in 1979. Right. No's only missed 5 out of about 50.
Yeah, he was pretty solid, guys. He was pretty consistent.
One of those he should never have took, in my opinion.
Yeah, you know the one. I know the one.
Isn't it? Man United.
He scores it, goes up when we think it's a great decision. If he doesn't,
you can't send a man on to take a penalty.
But you picked him, Geezer, because he was so reliable. You think, yeah, no problem, get up there and bang it in, Geezer. You know, I thought it was a good decision. It ended up being a bad decision, only because he missed. But if he's your most reliable geezer to take a penalty, I can understand the thinking of it.
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant my decision to put him in was a bad decision.
No, your decision is perfect because he's probably the most reliable penalty taker we ever had.
Yeah.
And that's what that manager thought at that time to throw him in there, and it just didn't work. One of them.
Indeed, you did fresh. Hang on, let me just see if I can find that. What happened.
Oh, fuck me. I don't say that. I'll probably slag fresh for fucking saying that.
No, actually, Sean sent me a screenshot on Facebook Messenger of you and I on the screen and his comment coming up saying something to do with Bowen resurgence after the England goal and 2-0 to West Ham.
Wow. Fucking fair play, Freshy. That's another brilliant prediction. I remember he slaughtered the fuck out of me. Well, he hasn't yet because I haven't seen him yet. But he did pick Ipswich to beat Tottenham at home fucking 2-1, which I slagged him off on. With your crazy predictions, but he got it right, the bastard. Oh, yeah. Fuck's sake. I got stupid.
He saw Echo in Cambridge, Shepherd's Bush, Brixton Academy, and Concord 2 in Brighton a few times.
Wow, Brendan, a big fan.
Yeah. Well, Concord 2 is a place I'm very familiar with. It's only 25 miles up the road from me. And I've DJ'd in there for about a year. Doing reggae nights in there for about a year. So, there you have it. Yeah, come on in. Let's have your predictions.
Oh, man, no.
I'm going to go with 2-1.
Done what?
Going 2-1 West Ham.
I think I'm going to, after that, I'm going to go 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. So we're not
on the fence. I'm on the fence with that one because I'm not sure we can back it up. But yeah, I'll go 1-1.
Mark's going 1-1 with you. Brendan's going 2-2.
Okay.
Randy said, Colin, it would be Mark Noble is the best, really, but do have some good penalty takers at the club. I mean, look, what was his name? Ty Ben Rama was a decent penalty taker
He done all right. Yeah.
He done all right.
Pacatar can take a good penalty too.
Yeah. Yeah. Antonio, not quite so much.
I'm biased towards Ray Stewart because it was the most important penalty. It had only just turned up at West Ham too. And it was the most important penalty we ever had that got us to that final eventually, and we won it. And when you look back in hindsight, that was one of the most important penalties West Ham ever had. So that's why I give him
my pamphlet. He feels that we will beat Arsenal 2-1.
Oh, I got it. Try and remember that. Scamper was who one.
Heard in the interview how confident he is. Don't know what he's been doing outside, mate. I'm not sure who we're talking about there. Sorry. Right. Okay. Look, I'm gonna scroll down and just see. I would take a draw on Saturday under the floodlights with the crowd behind them, says AT.
Yeah. AT, yeah, exactly. Point would be a great result. A win is just amazing, but a point would be a great result.
Yeah. I mean, I think we can probably realistically aim for a draw. Realistically, if we play the way we did on Monday night,
we play the same way, mate, and see how we go. But we've got a lot more attacking threat coming from Arsenal and a lot more from the wings. But we stopped Gordon, we stopped Linton. Why not? We can do it, Arsenal.
Yeah,
we can frustrate them, and we can get results. But it's going to be tough. So we'll see.
Yeah. Hang on. Somerville is a great lad, and for me, his great personality tournament is about getting the right player personalities to the club, Damien, as well. Absolutely, mate. True. Right. Apparently, Dick's missed 4 out of 35 penalties.
Is that what you was?
10 from 86.
Ooh, wow, that's pretty.
4 from 42. Noble.
They're all pretty similar, really. If you put the numbers in place there, they've all got a good record, right?
Yeah. I mean, look,
that's
4 out of 35,
that's good.
42, and 10 from 86, which is more than double. 42.
Yeah, very similar, isn't it? In their percentage-wise, very similar. All three of them.
Yeah, mate. That's actually quite fun.
Mate, if I had 86 penalties and only missed 10, Jesus Christ. I think I've taken 3 penalties, Goose, and missed them all. I hit the bar once, hit the post once, and the keeper saved the other one. I gave it up then. Went, nah, I'm not the penalty taker in this team.
I am not Ray Stewart.
Oh, dear.
Is Lockie pitchside or is he banned because of the card?
No, he's banned. He's up in the stands for the next game.
So who's going to be stood in front of the...
one of his assistants, Skeezer, on the phone.
Oh, probably the one. No, probably the one that talks English. Oh, excuse me, I am getting bloody tired. Right. Dan Byram scored tonight for Leeds.
No, did he? Yeah, good for him, man.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Nice.
Still playing Luton, I think.
All fantastic penalty takers.
Yeah, they are. That's what you got to look at. It doesn't matter who's your favourite. They were all great penalty takers.
Yeah. Darren's absolutely right. Hit the like button, Hammers, and
make a fucking effort.
Please do. Right, well, guys, I am skipping through these. I
just want to mention, Geezer, right? It's completely ridiculously off the cuffing, but I'm going to let you know now, right? I've seen a couple of videos of this young boy in the last couple of months, right, in Australia, right? Athletics. This boy, his name is Galcal.
Okay.
Right? His name's Galcal. He does 100 metres and 200 metres. His family immigrated from the South Sudan, and he was born in Australia. I think he's up here in Queensland. And my God, this boy is fucking lightning. And I'm predicting now that what I've seen of him, right, at 16, bloke, at 16, right, he broke the 200-metre record that Usain Bolt had at 16 by, one toenail. He's doing 100 metres in about 10.2 at 16. And this guy, in the 2028 fucking Olympics, he's gonna win the 100 metres gold. And I reckon this guy, if he keeps going on the trajectory he's on, he's gonna beat Usain Bolt's record in the 100 metres, unless he falls away, right? Which can happen with athletes in athletics. He's been unbelievable. This guy, I'm watching 200 metres he's running against the best in Australia, and he's 20 metres in front of him. I've seen 100 metres there where he's 7 or 8 metres in front of the rest, the best of Australia. The guy is lightning. So remember that name, Gout. It's a weird name, I know, but he's unreal.
Sounds like he's got two bad feet, doesn't it? Gout.
It is. It's a strange. Obviously, it's a Sudanese thing, but the guy, honestly, he's lightning bloke. The guy's going to rip the athletics world apart once he gets going. He's just been sponsored by Adidas as well. Adidas have just come in and sponsored him. That tells you what they think. They ain't shit. This boy's an up-and-coming fucking gold medalist in the Olympics.
Adidas, for me, is the ultimate sponsorship in sports.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great sponsor.
Yeah, like yourself, Cieran, for us, it was either a pair of Dunlop boots, Puma, or Adidas.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
And like, if you turned up at your club with a pair of Dunlop boots, you didn't get a game, basically. Not round here, anyway. And like if you were wearing Puma boots, to be fair, you had bloody good feet because like I found them too hard to wear. I always found that much easier to wear.
They suited me better, Pumas, Gazer, especially moulded. Suited me better with Pumas. I don't think I've ever bought myself a pair of boots that weren't Adidas. I don't think I ever have. I had a pair of Pumas, Puma Kings. You remember them? Yeah.
I had a pair of them when I was playing, but they were gifted to me like a Christmas present from my ex. So.
I could play bare feet, guys. I was still brilliant, so I did really well.
Yeah, of course you were, mate. Of course you were.
But no, Puma suited me. Even though I had Adidas as well, I had once I bought Nikes, right? I threw them away after about 4 weeks. I think I've done my ankle on them. Oh, I didn't like them at all, man. Didn't like them.
Diodora.
Pumas seemed to suit me better.
Yeah, Diodora was another mate that came in.
Yeah, Diodora. They make great tennis shoes, man, Diodora. I had a pair of their sort of tennis shoes as trainers, not football. My most comfortable pair I ever wore. They were expensive at the time, but then they went mainstream. Diodora started making that cheap shit, and then they went to shit. But when it was only tennis, man, they made some beautiful trainers. Lovely.
Right, okay, and everybody, thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to put a few comments up over the outro video, but thanks for joining us. Join us again next week. When we'll be hopefully. Oh, we missed out on something. So, any shark or crocodile attacks that we should know about?
No, apart from South Australia losing it a bit, mate, because, like I said, they're very rare shark attacks here in Australia, right? You get about 2 deaths a week, a year. It's about 2.8, they class it as a year, but South Australia haven't had a death in about 10 years. And last year, 2023, they had 3 deaths. And one of them was a 15-year-old surfer as well.
Oh, right.
The influx of great whites in South Australia became so many that they're getting more attacks. And that. So they're trying to implement changes around the beaches down there and put trauma kits on the beaches and shit like that, because they've never had a year like it, where there was, in that one particular spot down in South Australia, 3 people got killed by a shark. So they're trying to make changes for it. But as I keep saying with people, and anyone's come to Australia, please, if you're going to a beach here, which is a surf beach, swim between the flags, right? Do not go off on your own in the surf and think it's safe, because it's not. Not just sharks, but the surf itself. And I've been going on about this for years here. I believe when you come in on a plane, there should be a fucking film that you watch about how dangerous it is here in the surf. And more people die from that drowning than shark attacks, right?
Yeah.
Happens so often here, especially tourists, especially Asian tourists, because they don't understand the dangers.
It don't even stop there, because just about everything that walks, crawls, runs, flies, and fucking swims wants to kill you.
Yeah, it does, Geezer. But people come here. There's a lot of tourists come in mainly for beaches, like whether it be Bondi or the Gold Coast or the Sunshine Coast or up in the islands. When you get surf beaches with the riptide that there is, if you don't swim between the flags, you've got no eyes on you. These guys are in their little tower. They've got binoculars. They can see you in trouble. They will save you. If anyone's watched Bondi Rescue, they'll know what I mean. They will save you. And you can be 10 meters out and drown. This is the thing. People don't realise it. So please, anyone who's thinking to come to Australia and you want to jump into the surf, please swim between the flags. Because if you get in trouble, they'll find you and they'll get you in 99 times out of 100. So if you are away from that, no one's looking at you and you drown. Simple as that. And I just believe there should be a thing with Qantas on the plane where you get a video telling you, and everyone in every language that can be, to fucking keep you safe. Because if you ever watch Bondi Rescue, you'll see them rescuing guys every day.
Yeah. Huh? You could be part of the Australian tourist board.
It should happen. It should happen, because I've seen, and you know, guys, I got in trouble myself, only because I was working with an ex-lifesaver who I was working with. He saw me jumping into the surf, going out, and he pulled me aside and told me, "Don't, be careful here," because we weren't between the flags. Be fucking careful. You get sucked out by a rip. I said, you get in trouble. You need to know how to come in from that rip. And he told me how to come in for that rip. You swim along, not against it. Swim along, come in, swim along. And I did. I got sucked out about 50 meters, and I did that, and it saved my ass. So you've got to be careful, boys. And that's for most of you won't be coming here, but for anyone that is, be smart, be careful, because it is dangerous. More dangerous than any sharks that are out there. Believe me, a lot more dangerous.
Yeah.
Oh, Freshy. I'm not disputing what Freshy says anymore. He's been right too much lately.
No, yeah. I'm leaving that up there so you can screenshot it again, Sean. Send it back to me again next week. Anyway, until next week, I'm going to love you and leave you. 2 minutes and 18 or 19 minutes. So
now we've played that.
We're not going to catch up with the Peach length shows, are we? 8 and 9 hours. So we'll call it quits while we're ahead.
We're not doing that again, Gazer. We're not doing it.
But anyway,
have a good week, chaps. We'll see you next week. That was a good chat. Nice to see everyone's a bit more positive now. We've had a fucking good week. Yeah. Sorry about the stripping off, but it's fucking hot here.
Come on, you man. We'll see you next week.
All the best, chaps.
Have it.